Hey guys, my name's Big Tino. Welcome back to From the Depths, and welcome to being attacked right away. All I've done so far since the last video is I recycled the Falkenheim and I used it to build another of the Hippogriffs, and we are immediately under attack again by an Atlas, which isn't worth a whole lot of points, so I'm not too concerned about this. Let's go ahead and dive in. Now, one thing I just thought of that I definitely will need to do is I'll need to set the altitudes of my two hippogriffs to be different, so that when they're flying around they are flying at different heights, so they don't just kind of smash into each other. So I'll do that after this battle, and hopefully during this battle they won't smash into each other. That would be nice. Here's the Atlas. Looks like it's already taking a beating. Bunch of Pathfinder cannons coming in. There are the shots from the Hippogriffs. That was actually very close. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure what part of their AI makes the Hippogriffs just take that super steep climb like that, but I actually quite like it. So I'm certainly going to be keeping that. One thing I'm doing right now is I am building a refinery ship, something to go around with the fleet and make fuel for the ships that use it, like the Hippogriff. I'm doing that off camera because, well, it's a refinery ship, and, you know, it's not super interesting. Oh, it looks like one of the Hippogriffs took a hit. Yeah, it's not too damaged. It looks like its engine was damaged. So it's not shut off, but it's not flying around anywhere anytime soon. I'll get that repaired. Did not see what hit it. But again, the Hippogriff is not the sturdiest plane in the world. Let's go ahead and repair all these guys. And then we'll go ahead and get a fight from this tile here. I believe I saw, yep, there is a resource zone there. And it looks like there's also another one of these towns right here. Now that's going to be interesting because I don't want to fight both of these at the same time if I can help it. And that might mean going around this big mountain, although that's a bit of a ways. We'll figure it out though. Alright, I'll be back when I have some combat. Okay, one thing I have done here is I have built a little satellite. There's nothing fancy about this thing except for the fact that it's going to fly as high as it possibly can with a radar so that I can see things that are on the map, and that'll help me a good bit. I didn't want to spawn just a satellite that, you know, just sort of stays up in the air. I wanted to make something that actually lifts itself off the ground and goes all the way up into the air. This thing is fully self-sufficient. It is fully powered. You know, doesn't need fuel or anything like that. I think it's got 2 RTGs or something like that in here to power it. Maybe just the one. Pretty cheap. And it's going to fly all the way up to the max height and show me some stuff on the radar. Which it already is. Okay. It looks like there is a scuttle gun heading our way. Haven't fought one of those before. It's worth 25,000 material, so it's a bit more expensive, but it is by itself, and it's also very, very slow. I don't think any of these things individually, this outpost, this fleet, will be particularly troublesome, but I don't want to fight all of them at the same time. Don't think I have quite enough planes Or vehicles fail. Okay, wow, that satellite is working very, very well. I can see everything. So what am I going to do about this? I think I am going to just send my fleet around this mountain. Hopefully fight these things down here, because I don't think this outpost is going to be very difficult, but I do think this outpost is going to have some resistance to it. So I'm not too worried about outmaneuvering these guys, at least. They're pretty slow. So I'll be back as soon as I get back into some combat. Okay, we are back, and it looks like we are just about ready to fight this battle. I did not manage to separate this fleet of 4 Wandas from the scuttle gun here, but the Wandas so far haven't given us a whole lot of trouble, so hopefully they still won't. Let's go ahead and fight them. At the very least, that's leaving this outpost out of the way. Alright, we'll put our hippogriffs over here, and I completely forgot to set their AIs to have different altitudes. I may just need to do that in combat here, because I really don't want these guys running into each other. So I will start on that one, and I will just immediately pause, change its altitude. Alright, let's give this a go. Alright, excuse me diving into the guts here. Ooh. I may need to do this while unpaused, so I can't seem to go into the build mode for it. Very close to the guard. Alright, let's unpause this, and I will just go into build mode for this thing very quickly. And then we will set this. I'll take it up 30. There. That should not have a problem for us. Okay, looks like our hippogriff is once again flying straight at the Wandas. Oh, please don't crash into that mountain. I'm okay if the Wandas crash into the mountain. I'm not okay if you crash into the mountain. Pathfinders are doing well. It looks like our other hippogriff has been downed already. I may need to take a look at that thing. Oh, wow, okay. That's a whole lot of DACA. But our lovely hippogriff is avoiding it fairly well. Let's see what the scuttle gun is. Okay, it's just a big quad cannon on a little boat. Oh, it looks like one of our hippogriffs has been hit. Yep. Can't be lucky forever. I think this guy is down for the count. Little hard to navigate this mountain area while also fighting all these Wandas. I have killed one of the Wandas there. The mountain protecting us from some of those cram cannon shells. Now this is an interesting fight, isn't it? Not sure how I'm going to get up here. I think I'll go ahead and have my Pathfinders target that fellow there. Ooh, they're just wailing on this poor Pathfinder here. It looks like he's kind of tucked away now, at least. Alright, some missiles coming in, hitting that Wanda. With that mountain there, they're just a little high up for our turrets. Now these fellows do have some repair bots, so hopefully they will be repairing themselves a little bit. Although that one's AI is very dead. What happened to this guy out here? Okay, looks like this guy took a hit on its top, which is definitely its vulnerable point, and is probably out of the fight. Okay, that Wanda is 2 damaged. It looks like there's maybe one more out there, and then this poor fellow here. Who the Pathfinders are trying to shoot, but they don't understand the concept of terrain. Well, maybe the missiles can do something. Just a little short range for that, though. Almost getting there. Come on, guys. Just get around the mountain. Oh, great. Now that you actually have a good shot at it, you have to reload. There we go. Oh, a little bit of friendly fire there. That was unfortunate. A little bit more friendly fire there. But some big internal explosion of the scuttle gun. I'm guessing it's down for the count. Alright, yeah, that thing's very dead. Good, they're focusing on the Wanda now. I may hop over to that scuttle gun there and see if I can capture it, because it's not currently too damaged, and it's certainly not going to sink anytime soon. So let me just hop on off here. I'm fairly confident in the Pathfinder's ability to take out one of the Wandas. Of errant missiles flying around. I do like this thing's cannon. Again, I don't think I'm going to keep it. I think I'm just going to use it for resource, but it is a cool vehicle. Let's see. Where is that AI? Oh, that's easy. Just use the cannon noise. There we go. That did it. Now let's hop on over. Oh, interesting. It looks like the outpost has spawned in, and it's hitting us with a little advanced cannon. And it looks like it has a little defender as well. Let's go ahead and target that thing, because I think our Wanda is just about out for the count. Okay, that thing has damaged our propulsion. Just a little resource outpost here, not too worried. Okay, I think we made it. Yep, it is AI dead. Let's target that guy now. Too concerned about that cannon, but as the thing that seems to have the only working gun left to shoot at us, might as well target it. Ooh, big explosion there. It had a nuke inside. Of course it had a nuke inside. Why wouldn't it have a nuke inside? That just seems reasonable to me. All that's left is this Wanda here, which is floating, but not quite dead. Alright, AI dead. Looks like we got it. Okay, so that was a big fight. We were pretty outgunned there, and I think also just having this mountain here made things very tricky for the hippogriffs. But this guy is trying to get back up. So I'm not sure that was the best test in the world for the hippogriff. I am aware that it is a fairly fragile build, and that's something I may tweak a bit. But again, I don't want it to be too expensive. It's now very, very cheap, so that I can just keep making more and more of them as I need to. But hey, we have a resource zone here. So what I will need to do is, well, actually, you know what? I do have a little outpost that I can spawn in. I am going to build a sub-base for resource zones, but because this one isn't an infinite resource zone, I'm not going to bother with it. It's only worth 26,000 resource, so I'm just going to put something very cheap on this to gather that up. And then for the next resource zone that is infinite, I'll have a build for a base. Alright, I'm going to handle that, get the base built, get these guys repaired, and I'll be back for the fight against that outpost there. Okay, actually, before I do that, it looks like the enemy has sent a ship that's going to come and attack our satellite. I don't want that. And it's a very fast ship. Looks like it's a flyer. It's called the Swordfish. Pathfinder's not going to be able to get there in time. But I should be able to send our hippogriffs over to help deal with that. Alright. So let's go have this nice aerial battle. Oh, looks like one of our hippogriffs is still damaged. That's not great. Especially because this thing is much more expensive than our ships. Let's see if we can hold off just a little bit to get a few more repairs here on this thing. Alright, fully repaired. Let's take this fight to him. I honestly don't know what a swordfish is. I mean, obviously I do know what an actual swordfish is, but I don't know what sort of ship this swordfish is. So let's give it a look. Let's pause time for a moment so we can have a look at it. Well, it's big. Oh my, that's really cool. Okay. Looks like it has a big... That's dorsal, right? A big dorsal cannon there. Would that be dorsal? I always mix up dorsal and ventral. Looks like it's got some missiles, got one of those autocannons on the bottom, more missiles, a lot of missiles on this thing. Now, that's not great, because our hippogriffs are fairly vulnerable to missile fire. But if we lose this fight, it's not the end of the world. I did capture that scuttle gun, which gave me a bunch of resources, so I should be able to rebuild ships as I need to. Our missiles coming in. Sends up flares, they're worthless. Looks like I've already taken out one of the wings. Oh, we have been hit. Looks like they sent some missiles against us and dropped one of my hippogriffs. More missiles coming in. Alright, now that, I did not see anything hit that. I'm worried that these things are still shooting themselves. I'm worried that's what's actually happening here. Because that did not look like that swordfish actually hit us. That definitely did. That was definitely us getting hit by the swordfish. Alright, so we're going to lose both of these guys, which is unfortunate, but we did hurt the Swordfish pretty badly, and I think that we would have won that had I not shot myself. Which I guess is kind of a big if, right? So let's go ahead and... oh, I'll lose the satellite. Alright. So yeah, let's go ahead and end that. Looks like one of my hippogriffs did survive, which is good.
Moving out.
Although it is
Moving out.
immediately being attacked again.
Moving out.
Let's head home. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little rework on the hippogriff.
Moving out.
And I'll build a little more to take care of this thing. So I will be back in just a moment. Alright guys, so we are back into it. I'm honestly not sure where the Swordfish disappeared to. It took out our hippogriffs and then just kind of buggered off. So this time we are under attack by an Atlas, and it looks like the enemy outpost is going to be involved in this as well. Now thankfully I was able to build a third hippogriff, so hopefully that will help. I did a little rework on the hippogriffs. So they should be pretty good, although I think one of them I forgot to retrofit. So that might not be so good. But we've got 3 hippogriffs and 2 pathfinders here. Should be pretty easy. And I'm currently building a little outpost here just to mine all that resource. Yeah, we're definitely involved in that big... in the battle here against this outpost. So... yeah, let's get to it. Looks like they definitely have the force count advantage on us. Probably have the price count as well, just because this airship gantry Atlas is worth so much. Pretty expensive cannon fortress there too. I wonder if they have one of those missile launchers at that base as well. Alright, let's do this. Something has not spawned in. Now that's strange. Yeah, let's slide this all the way up. I'll make sure the battle is full. A lot of missiles coming in from our hopefully improved hippogriffs. A little slow down there. That means something had an explosion. The Atlas firing on our hippogriff, missing barely. The hippogriff does seem to be very good at near misses. So it looks like they have a second Atlas here. Yeah, they do have one of those missile cannons. Okay, I don't think that gantry is the biggest threat here. Let's actually focus fire on this missile tower there, because I worry about those things. Because of that, oh man. I think those might just be dummy rockets that it fires. Again, not calling the rockets dumb, just that they don't have guidance. Because they're very, very fast, but they don't turn at all. Which is an interesting concept, and something that I haven't really played around with is using dummy rockets, but I feel like it could be pretty good. Especially because then you wouldn't have to worry about all that, you know, targeting nonsense. Oh, something got hit. Ooh, direct hit from a cannon onto that hippogriff, and it looks like that one is going down. Looks like that's about the only damage we have taken, however. Looks like we've shut down that cannon. Let's go and take this thing out with this giant cram cannon on top. Couple internal explosions in this thing, but its cannon is still aiming at us, which is not good. As we saw, one hit from this thing will easily drop a hippogriff. Thankfully, it's a cram cannon, so it's fairly slow in terms of shell velocity. Our Pathfinder cannons coming in. Doing some decent damage, but this is a very well armored tower here. I'm just checking to see and make sure that everything's health is still good and that I haven't lost something without realizing it. And Atlas has its own dummy rockets that it's firing at my hippogriff. So maybe that would be a good next target. But I really want this thing to blow up. Alright, need to set their AI so that they are at different heights again. Let's go ahead and go on to this guy. I believe I remember where the AI is. There we go. The last thing I want to do is lose ships because they run into each other. And that cannon tower is still not down. Oh, looks like one of our Pathfinders has beached itself. That is an unfortunate thing about boats and land in this game. There's not really a great way to tell them to, you know, not go onto land. Terrain in this game is a little iffy. Okay, we are just tunneling through to the core of this cannon tower. Looks like our two remaining hippogriffs are still doing fairly well. This thing must have gotten a pretty lucky shot to have hit that one over there. Alright, and it is AI dead. That is good. Let's take this thing down. Couple of good hits there. It is struggling to find any sort of aim on us. I think I've said this before. I do really like the reliability of the Pathfinder cannon. It is nice. It's got a good rate of fire. It hits pretty regularly. It's just, it's not that strong. It has a hard time with armor. Even the light armor of this thing, I guess right now is not a good example because it's sort of tearing it apart, but it does struggle with armor. So it is a design that's going to become outdated fairly quickly. And I think the next thing I'm going to build is some kind of frigate. This is just like a little gunship. I want something that's bigger, still not super expensive, maybe 30,000 points, something like that. Maybe as much as, you know, twice as much as a Pathfinder. But something that is just a brawler. You know, something that can come in, it can take hits, it can dish out hits. And I think that would be a very good addition to our fleet.
Engaging now. So
as soon as I finish our little cargo refinery ship, that's what I'll be working on. And that's probably what the next episode will be. It'll be a build episode for our next ship, which will be, honestly, something maybe about this size. Obviously not a flyer. I do want it to be a boat. Although this thing is not really being very good at being a flyer right now. Big internal explosion there. So yeah, we lost one of the hippogriffs. Everything else is at full health. Even though that Pathfinder over there is pretty thoroughly beached. We're just wrapping this up. Alright, now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the battle here while those things finish off the Atlas there. And I'm going to hop out and I'm going to capture these buildings here just so I can get a bit of resource. I'll do that off camera because, you know, these buildings aren't a threat. I'm not worried about, you know, breaking the game by capturing some small houses. So I will do that off camera, and I will be right back. And we're back. I've got the satellite coming back online after it got destroyed by that swordfish. Captured the village, got a whole bunch of resource for it. I'm going to save that resource rather than building more of the ships that we currently have. I'm going to save it so that we can build something new. Probably, unfortunately, it's going to be that cargo ship first, although I do have this outpost creating fuel, and so it is able to refuel the hippogriffs. So maybe, instead of a cargo ship, I can just send the hippogriffs back to refuel whenever they need it. So maybe I'll be saving that resource up for the next big ship that I make. Well, medium-sized ship. I don't want to go straight into some large hulking battleship or something. I don't think we really need it against the Deepwater Guard. So I'm going to continue pushing east. We'll do maybe one or two more battles this episode. I feel pretty good about having cleared this area here. And I'll be back when we're in a fight. And we're back. We're under attack by two little forces here, Red Tuna and a Shuriken, and then another force of 4 Wandas. Now, I found that swordfish. The swordfish is right here. I'm going to try to engage this fleet without engaging that swordfish. But if I can't, I can't. Now, we are in this interesting little channel here, which could make this fight a little odd, because again, fighting around land is weird in this game. And there's not going to be much room for my pathfinders to maneuver, so probably I'll post my 2 ships just right here at the entrance to the channel and have them not move and only shoot. And then I'll have my planes fly around and hopefully take out those Wandas. Alright, well, let's see how this goes. Let's pause it briefly. Guns on. Okay. Now let's see what we're up against. Okay, the channel's a bit wider than I had thought it was. Alright, we faced these guys before, the Shuriken, the Red Tuna, I think that's the Red Tuna, that's the Shuriken. And then another group of 4 Wandas. So my hippogriffs should target the Wandas first because their AI is programmed to attack flying and fast things first. Alright, missiles away. I'm not sure if those are going to be within range. I kind of think not. Although it looks like already the cannons, the autocannons from the hippogriffs are doing some pretty good work there against the Wanda on the left. Stage left. Some shells coming in, but it doesn't look like they're going to be accurate enough to hit me, at least not at this range. While my autocannons are doing pretty well against them. More missiles going out. These should be in range. There we go, some good hits there. 1 is already AI dead, 2 are AI dead. And it looks like my hippogriffs are just fine. There they go with that that straight up and kind of loop back maneuver. Again, not sure what in their AI is causing it to do that. I certainly didn't program that, but I like it. A little hippogriff vault. Looks like the rest of the Wandas are going down. Yeah, this is going much better, especially now that I did a little tweaking on them, increased their armor just a little bit. hopefully without slowing them down too much. And also, now that we're not fighting in and around a mountain, that is very helpful. Looks like our Pathfinders were targeting the Wandas as well. I'm going to turn them on combat so that they'll come a little closer, because this is actually pretty long range for the Pathfinders. They're definitely more of a medium range craft. Oh, these poor Wandas. I do like the design of the Wanda. It's just so haphazard. It's something that's it's a junk flyer, and I really like that. All right, that one's down, and that one is also down. Awesome. By the way, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I don't know if I said that before. I am recording this on Thanksgiving. It'll probably come out the day after Thanksgiving. But I figured blowing up things is a good way to show our thanks. Things being boats, obviously. Don't, blow up other things. Don't blow up important things. And yeah, now we're just wrapping this up. There goes the Hippogriff Vault. Now, immediately after this fight, we're probably going to be getting right into fighting that Swordfish. Because, like I said, it is just right there. Our two Pathfinders just sort of chugging along. Their comically oversized turrets there. Did I miss a block? Is there just a block randomly missing in the design of their turret? That's a shame. I will need to go in and fix that. Alright, that's finished. There's the Swordfish right there. I'll wait for it to get a little closer, and then we'll fight it. Looks like it's not going to take it very long, though. So let's gather everybody up. And Pathfinder's not going to be super helpful in this fight. They do have the light autocannons for anti-air, and they do have some very small missiles. But I think we're going to have to rely on the Hippogriffs for a good rematch against the Swordfish in this fight. Everybody swivels around there. There we go. Alright. This will probably be our last match for the day. And I will spread our Hippogriffs out some, so that they can't shoot us all at the same time. Alright, rematch against the Swordfish. Whole bunch of missiles coming right out of the Swordfish from the start. Looks like it does drop torpedoes as well, but we've got missiles coming in to hit it. Big internal explosion there, a lot of things detonating. It is already low enough down to where the Pathfinder cannons can shoot it, although, ooh, looks like the torpedoes did really good work against our little Pathfinder here. That is not great. I don't think we're going to completely lose it, but it is just a shell of what it once was. Yeah, torpedoes are going to be absolutely devastating against the Pathfinders. That's another part of their design that's going to make them obsolete fairly quickly. Little boats like this, they just blow up torpedoes so easily. And since torpedoes are pretty easy to mount, if anything has torpedoes, they're just going to be gone. But hey, the Swordfish is down. We have finished that. And alright, I think I'm going to call the episode here as the Pathfinder turns into a sub. That is very sad to see. There's a big gaping hole there. You can see all its internal gubbins. yeah, I'll call the episode here. Next time, we will probably be designing a new ship, something a bit bigger. Again, not huge, but maybe a frigate or something like that. And I'd like for it to be some kind of brawler, something, a brute, something that's just heavy. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys next time.